what's up, guys? Welcome to What Do I Know with your boy Zuzu. The basis of this show is to have a conversation with hip hop music lovers and to get to know our guests through their taste in music. And today, we have the pleasure of speaking to the host of the Spark Up podcast, founder of The Function, content creator, media personality. The list goes on and on, Miss Cristina Sev. What is good?
What up, what up, what up? I had to unmute myself. Sorry. Excited to be here. Thank you for having me on this. And I love your content. I love how quick and easy and easily digestible it is. So I'm excited for this.
Thank you. No, but thank you for coming on here. I really appreciate it. I know you are a busy person. Like, I just saw you've been killing it on the radio. You have a radio show now? Like, what's up with that?
That just started today. So it's I don't know how it's going yet, but it will be going.
Okay. I'm glad she started off with this one, because I want to ask you about The Function. This is a hip-hop game show that you created, and I think it's the most genius idea ever. And I just want to know what inspired it, what started it, where'd you get the idea from?
So I think I'm naturally just a host. I like, it might have something to do with being a control freak. And when you're a host, you're kind of in control of the room and the energy, and you get to show off and just be yourself, and people get to feed off of that energy. So naturally, I'm just a host. I've hosted other events. So I wasn't really getting any hosting gigs, and I was having the itch after my boy Chris Fame, who does the third shift here in Rhode Island. Okay. And I was like, dang, I want to do something, but I know it has to do with music. And maybe not necessarily with performances, but maybe some kind of show. And I was like, well, it can't be a talk show, because who's gonna come see a bunch of hip hop lovers talk about music? So recently I got into the Smart, Funny, and Black show. It's the Amanda Seals show. She does trivia about being Black, African American.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Super fire. She does it live, and I saw how that experience like brought people together, and it's more than just a show. It's like a feel, like an energy. So I was like, it would be dope if I did something like that. And I think most 90s babies grew up on like game shows. There's Family Feud, Fortune, even the ones on like Nickelodeon and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, I should do a hip hop game show.
Who's someone that you're dying to see in concert? I want to know who you appreciate for the live show. I put in the questionnaire, I put one legend and one new artist, but just anyone in general.
Man, I pretty much have seen everybody that I really want to see. So as far as a legend, I would say Snoop Dogg. I would definitely go to a Snoop Dogg show.
Okay. All right.
Snoop
Yeah. I don't think I've seen Snoop. I've never seen Snoop.
Yeah, I've never seen Snoop, but he could still put on a show. You could tell by the Super Bowl. And one new artist I would like to see is cross between Lucky Day and Kalani.
Everybody in their life has one time written a verse or a poem that leads to someone, and maybe even had a little rap name. So I want to know, have you ever written a verse or even recorded a song in the studio?
I actually have. I used to play an instrument. People make fun of me for saying this, but I used to play the clarinet when I was younger. I played for 4 years.
Dope.
It was on a pro team here in Rhode Island. It was like all the best wins in the city. In the state. But eventually I left that, and me and my cousins used to play around, joke around. I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but we named our label after R. Kelly's The Chocolate Factory. And
get out of here.
We each had a snack name. It was ridiculous. And we actually recorded ourselves. I actually have the recording right now. But as far as writing a rap verse, never. I've tried poetry, and I have like 3 people on my back saying that I come off as a poet, but I just have deep feelings about things, but they don't ever rhyme about anything.
Got it. I want to know what your introduction to hip hop is. Did it come from siblings? Did it come from, like, what was that first maybe not the first record, but just that beginning time when you got introduced to it?
Well, you hit it right on the nail. I was introduced to hip hop by my older sister. She's 10 years older and she's a big fan of Biggie and Jay-Z. So that right there is like, you know, the mecca of hip hop. That's Brooklyn. So I always would listen to her tapes, and eventually I started making my own mixtapes on cassettes. I would listen to it on the radio and put songs together. And my cousin was a big fan of Wu-Tang and Nas, and then my brother DMX.
Wow.
So I have all these great rappers, mid 90s, late 90s, really, because I was born 91. So, and then from movies and music and radio, and then from there, just expanding my taste. And eventually I got to an age where I went backwards and I started listening to the first rappers and the first groups. So,
what were the names that before the Spark Up podcast that you guys were coming up with? I'm pretty sure there's crazy ideas thrown out there before you landed on the Spark Up podcast, which is not about weed, which I originally thought when I found it. But
I honestly don't even remember. I just remember saying, okay, what do? We talk. And what do? We spark up. Like, it kind of just clicked first time around. First, we were playing with the idea of Spark It Up. And I was like, that's kind of whack. And then I actually questioned Spark Up. I still question it because I don't know what would be perfect, because everyone thinks it's about smoking, but we stuck with it and it's been 6 years. So I don't even know how we would change it. Like, what would happen if we changed it? So
Spark Up Podcast. I love the name. It intrigued me. I was just like, oh, there's a podcast out here about weed. And I just looked into it and I loved it ever since. So kudos to you guys. Song that you played in your car or on your phone recently? Like, what was the last song?
Oh man, A Bloody Samaritan by Ira Starr, I think her name is. The song came out, I don't know if it came out at the beginning of this year or last year, but it's Afro beats. Well, it's kind of like Amapiano, which is this African, South African genre. So it's like Afro beats. You know, it feels very like tribal, like very like I guess it just feels like island music.
Like, put me onto somebody new besides the artist you just mentioned that you feel like should be getting more recognition. It could be somebody big, or it could be your boy down the block that just started rapping, about to drop an album. Give me somebody that should be getting more love.
There's this guy I found on, there's two guys I found on Instagram. One I found years back. His name is Quantrell, and he's from North Carolina. He's
Quantrell?
Yeah. When I first bumped into his profile, he had like 10K followers. Now he's somewhere at like 300 and something followers on Instagram. So his following has grown. And then someone I just recently found last summer, his name is Kai Infinite. It's KHI and then Infinite, like the word infinite. And he's from Virginia Beach. He makes more moody music, more like, I would say like Kid Cudi-ish. Maybe that's. And
you just stumbled upon them?
I just by luck. You know those sponsored things that come up on your Instagram? I actually click on those and see who it is. And I slide in their DMs right away and make the connection. Like, yo, I'm from Providence. Where are you from? And most of the time they answer. And then I listen to their music.
That's dope.
It turns out to be good.
The Beyonce album is coming soon, right?
Okay.
What are your thoughts? What are your feelings just leading into it after she dropped her single, "Break My Soul"? What are you feeling right now with this
album? What I'm feeling from this album is that we're not gonna get anything that we expect from Beyonce. I think some people are expecting R&B ballads. I think some people yearn that from her. Like, we want that. I think we're gonna get more of this house electric type of music. We might even get some party like, we're not gonna get the in the box Beyonce. I mean, although Beyonce really hasn't been in the box in a long time.
For a while,
if you heard Lemonade, she did it all on Lemonade. And I really enjoyed Lemonade. But she prefaced this album with saying that she's making joyous music, that like she calls it Act One the Renaissance. And if you know what the Renaissance means, then you know that she's going against the grain. She's not gonna give us anything that's on radio. Beyonce never cared for a radio record. Well, she hasn't in a while. So I'm nervous because naturally, as a Beyonce fan, I want to enjoy her music because she's Beyonce. But I think it's okay to not like something from your favorite artist. So I'm prepared.
I want to know what are the one of those, like the most, like the thing that bothers you the most about putting together an event, or the thing that gives you most resistance, I should say.
What gives me most resistance is the marketing, especially being in Providence. I feel like you have to kind of convince people that something is good. They won't, most of the times people won't just come out and see for themselves. They'll just wait for word of mouth, like, yo, you should do this. Or they wait for a particular person to be in the building to be like, oh, shoot, look who's there. I should go in there too. So when it comes to marketing, it really pushes you. It pushes you to think outside the box. But then when you think outside the box, sometimes you sacrifice quality. And if you want to put out quality marketing, you have to spend. And being someone that, you know, works regular job 9 to 5 and upkeeps a home, it is hard to be able to invest into that. So for me, that's the only thing that gives me resistance, is the amount of money that goes into the market.
Can you give us a hint on the next function, or am I asking for too much?
You are asking for too much, because right now I'm undecided. So maybe, you know, we could talk after this and see. I've been trying to feel out what people would like best, to see if maybe it comes from the public, then they would come out and enjoy it. So, but right now I will say I'm torn in between.
Well, maybe just that. I was gonna say, is there anything that you want to promote that you have coming up soon? It could be that, or it could be something else, or it could just be your Twitter handle or your whatever you want.
Word. So the date is not finalized for that August show, but there will be one in August, October, and then the last one of the year will be in December. So I just want to throw that out there. Also, I am on WBRU 360 101.1 FM every Tuesday at 1 p.m. That just started today, so I'm excited about that. People can also call in 401-285-0360. You can follow me, Cristina Sev, at Cristina Sev _ on Instagram. You can follow my podcast on Spark Up Pod, and follow the Function 401 on Instagram. And I'm trying to be everywhere. trying to do as much as possible, and at the same time indulge in hip hop and see what the hell is going on and where we're taking it. Because
you're such an inspiration. You're such an inspiration. I see you out here putting in the effort, putting in the work. You make me want to come outside too. And it's just, it's so dope. It's so dope to just have people in the, you know, in the city that just love hip hop, you know, you just want to, like you said, indulge and just like dive into it and like embrace it. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to thank you again for doing this. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is What Do I Know with your boy Zuzu. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you love hip hop the way we do, this is a show for you. But then again,
what do I know?
There you go. All right, y'all. Catch you on the next one.
All right, peace.